Every now and then a movie comes along that really surprises me with the way it makes me feel. The Place Beyond the Pines has been billed as a calculated crime drama, so when I sat down I was like ready to rock and roll. The Place Beyond the Pines stars Ryan Gosling, Bradley Cooper, Eva Mendes, Dane, Dehaan, and Ray Liotta. And my initial response to this movie is, wow, this is really intense. It's going to take me a little bit of time here to internalize what I'm feeling about this. And the obvious perception is that it is a crime drama and it's really a guy movie. I'm not sure how some females are going to perceive this, because it's really about fathers and sons and deals with how men interact with each other. If you're a female and you watch my reviews, please let me know in the comments below what you thought of this movie. Okay, so I'm going to try to talk about the directing and the story in one section here. If you're looking up other people's reviews, reading synopses about what this film is, it becomes clear that it's told in 3 parts. So the movie opens up with Ryan Gosling's character, and he's doing this stunt act in a ball with 3 motorcycles going around and around, not hitting each other. I was like, cool, symbolism. I like this director's style. And you can see notes of symbolism, foreshadowing, reflection, all throughout this movie. And a quick note here, people should not go into this movie expecting Drive. And I took a lot of flack over my review for Drive, but I still stand by it. And if you people don't like that, you can just, James, please, restrain yourself. You be quiet. What I want to say is, The Place Beyond the Pines is a way better directed movie than Drive, and it should not be compared to it. Well, because you know when you will watch this movie. So let's talk about Ryan Gosling and his acting. I liked his acting in Drive, but I think a lot of people misinterpreted that. But he turns in a really good performance in this movie. He just knocks it way out of the park, man. Because while he is a roaming character in the beginning, it's sad to see him slowly disintegrate. And you can see him fighting. You can see him trying to hold on to anything that's good left in him. And that is a basic theme that runs throughout all the main characters in this movie. Bradley Cooper, who was really awesome in Silver Linings Playbook, turns in another great performance here. And during his story arc, you get to peer inside the operations of this corrupt police station. And while he does something that could be considered heroic in the beginning of his story, you see him slowly get sucked into this ring of corruption. And some of the scenes that happen in it, I was watching it and it just made my stomach turn. Particularly with Ray Liotta's character. And I really enjoyed that juxtaposition of the criminal story to the cop story. It was like, here's how it was set up. Here's the criminal. Here's law-abiding citizens. And here are the cops. So you get this view of people on both sides here. And talking about what this little section is, well, that would be a whole diatribe in itself, so I don't have time for that today. And what I mean by pointing out people on different spectrums here is that it really points out that cops are almost like the antithesis to criminals. They really are on almost like polar opposite sides. And one of the messages of this is that Bradley Cooper is so invested in his job that he has a hard time managing his family life. And that's mirrored with the way Ryan Gosling's character can't handle his family life either. The third act is like the repercussions of the first 2 acts. I really enjoyed how that unfolded. And I'm not going to elaborate on it too much because I want people to experience what the third act is. All I can say is that Dane Dehaan really does, he's in top form here. This guy is new on the scene. He did Chronicle, and if you haven't seen that one, go check that out. There's something about him that just shades Anakin Skywalker, but better. In fact, it would be awesome if he was cast in Episode 7. Yeah. But anyway, we've talked about directing, acting, and story. Let's talk about the cinematography here a little bit. This has some really nice, wide, establishing shots. They used a lot of low ground sweeping tracking shots for the motorcycle chase sequences. But the one thing I want to point out about it is that you see it in the trailers. There's this long tracking shot from behind of Ryan Gosling riding his motorcycle down this road. And that shot gets duplicated later on in the film by another mode of transportation. But when I saw it being duplicated, I was like, it gave me goosebumps. That was cool. That was great cinematography. And that just leaves the last factor, score, which was composed by Mike Patton. Actually, let's just have a quick listen here. It has this great resonating theme that tracks throughout. It also has these nice choral pieces that accent the emotions that characters are feeling. Overall, while this movie did hit on all of my 5 factors, and it's technically sound, it is a dark movie. The subject matter is dense. It almost leaves you a little depressed in the end, and just the way some things in life turn out. So if you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And now stay tuned for a lecture from Professor Dane. Hello everybody. And today we're going to be talking about the fallacy of the non sequitur. Non sequitur? Quiet you, really? Okay. This is my official retort to some of the criticism I took over my review for Drive. Here we go. And some people interpret that as, well, if I don't like the director and I don't like Drive, I don't like Ryan Gosling. That's not true. I think Ryan Gosling is a great actor, but some of his movies I just don't like. We're all entitled to our opinions, right? I just didn't like Drive all that well, except for Christina Hendricks there. Ooh.